Hey folks, today we're going to talk about some more 3D printing basics, and I want to look at three terms that I see get confused often. Whether I'm teaching 3D printing or I'm just looking at this online discussion, there's three things that often get confused. They are raft, brims, and skirts. Let's talk about the differences, where they're used at, why they're used, and how you can use them to help your models. To begin with, a raft. A raft is basically just a couple of layers that are built on top of your build plate, and then your model is built on top of that. The general idea is that it helps deal with any waviness in the build plate. It can also help with just general adhesion issues if you have something else going on like that, or for really thin parts where they're skinny and it's on a bed slinger where it's moving back and forth. You can go through and you can attach a raft and it will make that base bigger so the adhesion's much better, so that sway, there's more weight down below, so it might not be as bad. Maybe not the best option, but an option for you nonetheless. Skirts and brims are kind of in the same family, but serve very different purposes. Let's talk about skirts first. A skirt never touches your model. The only purpose of a skirt is to extrude some material to get the flow going and to dial all those things in right before it ever touches your model. Generally on a slice, you're going to see an outline going around, and then you'll see the model pop up in the middle, and you'll see that in a second here. But that's going to be the whole point of it, is just to try to get the material flowing properly before it ever touches your model. And then the third and final one is just called a brim. A brim is essentially a skirt, but it touches the model, and it's usually multiple layers. Whereas a skirt usually is one or two rings around the model, but never touches the model. A brim is usually 5 or sometimes more rings that are touching the model. Its job is really simple. It's there to help hold the model down onto the build plate. If you have like 90-degree corners or sharp corners or anything like that, it's really essential that you use brims in order to hold those corners and those sharp spots down so you can build up higher. It really helps out a whole lot with those things. There are other types of things you can do to solve those things. You can put little dog ears or mouse ears on corners, which is basically a localized brim for different corners, but really not super necessary for most things. But depending on what you're printing, especially if it's thin and has a very limited contact area with the build plate, you're going to need a brim to make the print doable. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at what this looks like in the printer and also on the software, and then we'll see what the results are. All right, folks, we're here in AnchorMake Slicer called AnchorMake Studio. It's basically a bridge of Orca Slicer and of Prusa Slicer, but whatever, I digress from that. The reason why I'm in this software is because it has brims turned by default all the time, no matter what, which is one of the things I wanted to look at. So I'm not going to change any settings here. I am in the most simple. I'm not in expert mode. I'm just in normal, and we're going to slice this thing. We'll take a look at how long it takes to print, and more importantly, how this model changes with different settings that we're going to have here. So I'm going to hit slice now. It's going to go through and slice. Now, we can see a brim and we can see a skirt. This thin greenish kind of line going all the way around the edge here, that's called a skirt. Basically, again, it's there just to allow the printer to kind of get rid of some of the stuff that's already in the hot end that was melted previously, but also establish a nice flow rate for everything coming in. After that, if we zoom in here, we have a bunch of layers here, and you can see they are connected, but it's only one layer thick, and it goes out 5 or 6 of these kind of lines there. And the whole purpose of this is to help hold the main print down to the bed. So corners like this, which I have rounded over but could be hard, we would put a little bit there to hold those down. Now, they're going to hold a little bit of stuff on the edge that you have to get rid of, and it leaves a much unclean surface area if you're doing that. But it does work and helps hold smaller parts down in particular. This is a pretty big part with lots of contact area. You can see with all the purple there, that's all stuff contacting the build plate. Not worried about this one moving or lifting, especially because it's a relatively thin part as far as the height goes. So it's a pretty quick print. Taking a look at this is a 54-minute print. But let's go in and change some of the settings and just see what that does to our print time. So we're going to turn on expert mode here, and we're in our support area. And the first thing we could do is we could add on rafts. If we added on some raft layers here, you'll see that the model will update. I'm going to add 2 raft layers, and we'll slice it. And now our print time went to 1 hour and 6 minutes. So we increased our print time by 8 minutes. And we're also going to absolutely destroy this bottom surface area. This is all touching the build surface, but none of it is going to be part of the actual build itself. That green stuff is all raft. Do not want it. We don't need it. But depending on your printer and your materials, it may be something necessary for you. The other thing that we need to take a look at here is what this brim does, because it has to go around the model a number of times before it really does anything, and we have to see how long that is taking up. So what we're going to do here is go to Other. We have our skirt loops, which I have 1 loop going around. You can see there's one very thin line going around there. We can set our distance as far as millimeters. So it's outlining this entire thing by 6 millimeters. And then brim is automatically set to auto. And the number of rims it has is 8 here. And then we can see there's a gap of 0.1 millimeters between the object and that. They'll kind of bleed into each other. It makes it easy to remove, but also attached enough that it's solid. So we're going to go in here and we're just going to go to no brim and we'll slice it. We're at 53 or 54 minutes now. Now we're at 52 minutes. So not a terrible big savings in time, but where you're making up that time is in the post-processing, where I don't have to get rid of all that stuff on the outside. It's already gone. I don't have to deal with it. Now, there are other options we have. You can see we have mouse ears. Mouse ears are going to find the corners here, and then we can go through and get them kind of set in there. So we take a look at these corners where it's a little bit harder of a corner. It goes through and mouse ears the outside edge. And if we rotate around here, you can kind of see why it's called mouse ears. It looks like an ear. That one's very deformed ear, but you get the idea. It does the same thing over here. And it's just holding those things down. This one takes 53 minutes to print. So we increased our bed adhesion and decreased our print time, and we only marginally affected the final product of what we have here. So there's a lot to break down with this stuff, and you can play and see what all these things do. But it's just important to know that they are different things, they do serve different purposes, and they will have impacts on your material and your print time. Now, all of these things are going to impact the amount of time it takes your item to print. Depending on what you're doing, it may be necessary, or it may just be something that's a nice to have. Maybe you're worried about it lifting in one spot, so you're going to put a brim on and go through and do it. Maybe you're worried about some weight and adhesion issues and some other things that might pop up for your print, so you throw a raft on there. Just make sure you have one solid spot where you know that it's level and you can print off of that. But it impacts a lot of other things, mainly time and also your surface finish. The skirt is not going to impact it at all because, again, it doesn't touch the model, so we're ignoring that entirely. I print it every time, no matter what. It doesn't matter what the model is. I turn the skirt on. Rafts. I very, very rarely use rafts when I'm doing anything with 3D printing. I don't find them super necessary because I can either rotate the model or use supports to essentially do the same job. I also don't print a lot of stuff that's tall and thin. Usually I have a big base and it builds up from there, but that's just how I print. You may print differently. And brims, I use it occasionally. If I have something that's going to lift, I use it. But if I have about 1/8 of an inch or more of contact area, I generally tend not to use them too much. I occasionally will on larger prints that are going to take some time where the bottom starts to cool and I'm worried about it peeling up on the corners. But honestly, most of my build plates are textured and they hold down the prints surprisingly well. I think a lot of these are kind of more of a product of printers that were A, not as reliable, B, not as fast, which meant it had a whole lot more time to cool and shrink and peel, but also for different materials. I only print PLA, so I don't have the same concerns as somebody with TPU or ABS where temperature stuff is incredibly important. Not something that I need to worry about as much with PLA. All right, so hopefully that was a nice quick kind of introduction to the differences between a raft, a brim, and a skirt. Again, they're all useful for different things in printing, but if you don't know what they are, they might not be as useful to you. So it's good to have the knowledge of knowing what they can be used for, why they're used, and how you can use them. I'll see you next time, and please let me know what other questions you have. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.